Well, good afternoon, everybody. Greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host, once again, Dan Thornton. And we've got a little bit of breaking news that's just hitting the wire minutes ago. Had a race on home with Jen to get this out to you guys. And I get to the vast majority of the population of the Detroit Lions fan base. This is going to be a big question mark. What is going on here? But Detroit Lions, and I know this person personally as a USC fan, I'm going to say, hey, talking about somebody who's rising up the charts, a shooting star, whatever. This potentially is going to be a major blow to the front office, Brad Holmes, the scouting department, everybody in between, basically Chris Spielman to all aspects of the front office. And reported just minutes ago from David Burkett, got news from Mike Garofalo that the Washington Commanders are working to sign a multi-year deal for a major part of the Detroit Lions front office. Former USC rising star Brandon Sonoza, who used to be with the UFC and the Trojans, a chief of staff there for the USC, University of Southern California, became a Detroit Lion in the front office, became a major part of the negotiating contracts between both the rookies and free agents and players re-signing, getting extensions with the team. Hey, we've talked about this for a long time on Lions Talk Live. As a scout myself, I can tell you guys, just about every scout I know wants to advance, wants to move up the ladder, I guess you could say. And that's no different with people that are already within the front offices. Sonoza, hey, I can tell you again, as a longtime USC fan, I know who this guy is. I've watched his rise to power with Trojan Nation. And when he was snatched up by the Detroit Lions, it was viewed as a major loss for USC. That being said, his job here in Detroit has been nothing short of exemplary. He's played major roles in the resigning of Amon-Ra St. Brown as far as contract language, terms, etc. Same with Penei Sewell, Jared Goff, and everybody else he's come in contact with in regards to his role with the Detroit Lions. His full role with the Washington Commanders has not yet been revealed. It would appear to be through reaching out to some people and asking for more intimate information pertaining to the situation that he could be potentially as high as the assistant general manager for the Washington Commanders. No full details are out yet. It still hasn't been signed. Basically, the ink isn't wet on the paperwork, but it sounds like, all intents and purposes, Sonoza is going to be leaving the Detroit Lions and leave, in my opinion, a major hole. These are one of those roles behind the scenes that most people just do not understand or appreciate the impact this will have. He is somebody that is a bit of a liaison between multiple different aspects of the front office and the coaching staff. Is he going to have day-to-day interaction with the coaching staff? No, that's not really a part of his job title nor description. But I think anybody who goes and Google searches his time with USC, the Detroit Lions, I know he's even had a stint with HBO in different regards. He's really risen up the ranks in his profession in record fashion, and this would just be obviously the next step up the ladder for Sonoza. I wish him well if indeed it does get finalized, the deal, but if Dave Burkett and other people are reporting it, I'm going to say this, it's probably virtually a done deal. Hopefully, by the way, you guys dug the new breaking news intro. If you haven't seen it, maybe rewind it, let me know your thoughts. But my opinion, this will be something that won't be easy to replace, and it will take some definite time and probably a nationwide search to find somebody near his ability level or somebody else. The Lions may have already known this was potentially going to happen, sort of like where we've talked about with the scouting department for eons now and years on Lions Talk Live. Hey, you want to know when people think you're doing something right, they try to hire your staff away. And that's same with assistant coaches. That's same with scouts. That's same with player personnel directions. All of the above has happened to the Detroit Lions in the last 2 years. In my opinion, that's probably big kudos, praise, a crisp high five from the rest of the league. They dig what you're doing. They want to know what you're doing. And now can we mimic what you're doing? Let's go ahead and jump over to the comment section and see what you guys have to say. Real quick, though, if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. We're about 30 subs away from hitting 6,700, so if you can help out with that, that'd be great. Also, if you enjoy the video and the content within the channel, hit the thumbs up button. Helps out a ton. All right, Chrome, what up, Doe? What up to you, Chrome? Here's Johnny. Not surprised. No, me either, man. Again, you look at the coaching staff. You have people trying to hire away Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. We all get that. There's been other people poached away from the Detroit Lions. Why is that the case from the coaching staff? Because everybody wants what the Lions are doing. Why in the last 2 years especially have a number of scouts been signed away from the Detroit Lions? Again, they want to elevate their careers. They want bigger paydays, and everybody wants what Detroit's doing. Now you're starting to see that go into the front office as well, when it comes to negotiation terms and contracts. And I would say this, it's probably not coincidence that right after Jared Goff's contract is signed, and now that we all know how incredibly team-friendly of deal that deal really is when you get into all the layers of the contract, who's in charge of it? Well, Brandon Sanoza is in charge of it, and guess what? He's signed away by the Washington Commanders. My anticipation is you're going to see more of this probably in the upcoming month or two with more personnel from the Detroit Lions signed away. 9 drinks. Chrome, what up? Yes. Chrome, what up, though? 9 drinks. Joseph, damn, yeah, 100%. You're like I said, my anticipation is this is just the start. There's going to be more, man. All right, Joseph, go Lions. Woo! Wait. Hold on. I got to do this just because I got to have a little fun, man. All right, but yes, yeah. Brent, crap, we're getting poached because we are relevant now, 100%. Bound to happen because of all the success. Agreed. Yeah, nobody comes and tries to steal the talent from the 0-16 Detroit Lions. That doesn't happen. Joseph, that stinks. Yes, it does. It does 100%. Joseph, well, hopefully we'll have a backup. Good teams are ready. Yeah, and my question is, Joseph, is, trying to Scooby-Doo it, think what Brad Holmes seems to anticipate things before that happens. My guess is he knew this day was coming. There could be somebody potentially on staff already ready to assume that role. And you could do probably in my anticipation, a 5-hour video on the intricacies of what this position offers, along with some of the other subordinate roles to Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes gets a lot of stuff done, but also understand the support staff that's there to help push Brad Holmes forward, help make his job at least a little bit easier. Michael D, thanks, Coach, for all you do, 100%. And I'm always down with helping out the Do Crew. All right, Chrome, good for him getting paid contracts. Yes, yeah. And, again, you looking back at what he did to elevate so quickly at USC and help revitalize the Trojan sports program, which, to be fair, had fallen on hard times for close to 20 years, I guess you could say. What his role was noticed, I would say that throughout Trojan Nation and now with the Detroit Lions, you can see further corroborating evidence that others across the nation in multiple different levels, whether it's collegiately or professionally, have noticed it. And I have no doubt, don't take this the wrong way, but there were probably teams outside of the NFL that were also noticing his ability to command contracts and make him more team friendly. I have no doubt there's probably MLB, Major League Soccer, NHL, maybe even NBA teams look at him, although NBA contracts do vastly different than NFL contracts. But still, if you're good at writing the scripts basically for them, you're probably good at multiple leagues. Trump's, woo, 100%. And you know what? Just for you, buddy, I got to probably not overdo that too much. All right, Walt, that sucks. It does, man. It does 100%. Walt, hopefully having a good afternoon. JP, it's okay. A loss, question mark, you bet. But this is how it goes. Success creates opportunity for those who are there. 100%. Yeah, if you're part of a winner at any level, whether it's business world, stock world, sports world, whatever, somebody's going to notice and take some of the people that are working with you and associated with you. All right, here's Johnny. All good things moving forward. Onward, ho, 100%, 100%. Mike, hi, who? Yeah, Brandon Sanoza. Yeah, again, he's been with the Lions, I want to say 2 years now, maybe 3. He was with USC for 3.5 seasons. Before that, I know he had a short stint with HBO, or Max, I guess it is now. Scott, thanks for the info, Dan. Anytime, 100%. Rich, as a longtime Lions fan, I'm not used to being so good that other teams want our guys. No, I'm with you, man. Really the only person prior to the last few years that I can remember during my years or whatever of reporting on the Detroit Lions, the only guy I really, really remember the other teams just salivating trying to sign away was Tom Moore. Tom Moore, Lions offensive coordinator in the 90s. He went on to work with Peyton Manning in the Indianapolis Colts during their strong runs. I mean, he just was a really unique, talented guy. Not a great interview by any stretch of the imagination. Very dry as an interview. He's just very, monotone face, tones. But on the field, that dude knew how to coach some offense. Let me tell you. I'll put it this way. He would be able to exist in today's rules for the NFL and probably even be better if he coached nowadays, just because his schematics and principles. Yeah, he put a lot of pressure on opposing defenses. 9 drinks, yep, 100%. Brent, Rich, agreed, Rich. It's a nice adjustment for sure, 100%. Dave, 14-3, Brad Holmes will find someone else. Agreed. They'll find someone. It's just going to take a little time. Bo, the wealth is spreading out. It is, and it's part of the business. Miles, off. I was afraid you meant Flip. Nope, Dave Flip is not gone yet. Not yet. Dave, what do you got? Where would I find a good breakdown of the big three contracts? You should be able to Google that online. I think most of the information, especially for Goff's contract, is out there on the internet now. As far as the intimate details, the only thing I would say, Dave, that you're probably not going to find with Panay's, Goff's, or St. Brown's, or any of the achievable factors. So, I always use the matrix of incentives. Throw for 4,000 yards on one play, break 40 tackles in 20 seconds, stuff like that they put in there, that they do it for specific reasons to benefit the player, but the player and the team understands these are unachievable incentives. That's why when contracts first come out, people always, have the overaction. Hey, Goff got, a 2-year deal at $45 billion. Well, let's take off those incentives and find out it's really a 2-year deal at 52 cents, and just stuff like that, man. And obviously those are exaggerations. So before people blow me up in the comment section, say you said Goff was getting paid 42 cents, it's an exaggeration. So I see that one already coming, man. Walt, hit the thumbs up, like button for the coach. Hey, thanks for that, Walt. Thank you very much. JP, Brandon Sanoza, Senior Director of Football Operations, according to Webb. Yes, he's held that role with the Detroit Lions. I want to say it was about a year and a half ago he got elevated to the full role. He's been with Detroit Lions, I want to say 3.5 years. I mean, don't hold me to it, but it's right around there. Again, with USC, that's where I first got to discover his talents, I guess you could say. He was there for 3-4 years, in that neighborhood. But again, don't hold me to it. Miles, thank you. At JP, yes, 100%. Fred, oh boy, what did I miss? One of the better Lions personnel in the front office is being signed away, it would appear, by the Washington Commanders. JP, you're welcome. I don't know the guy, but hey, he seems good at what he did. He is, man. He is. Again, giving full credit to where credit's due. Watching him evolve from HBO Max, whatever you call it nowadays, to USC. And I mean, he did that stuff in record time. I mean, he went from HBO, I want to say at age 25, USC, 27, 28 to the Detroit Lions right around. That's probably not right, because if he's been with Detroit Lions, he's 31 now. 28 when he left USC, roughly. Probably as HBO at 23 or 24 then. Again, don't hold me to all this, but you guys get the idea. He's rocketed up the profession pretty quickly. All right, Scott, any updates on the defensive end, Campbell? No, nothing I have heard, Scott, as of yet. So once I hear something more concrete, I'll get it over to you guys. David, what do you got? Does Jordan Love struggle a bit more this year because defense coordinators have more tape? Dave, that's a great question, and my anticipation is yes. I believe you saw evidence of it the later the 49ers game went. He did have a hot streak. Don't hold me this. I want to say the last 6 or 7 games of the regular season, but I also thought in a lot of those games you could see where coordinators were starting to figure out some of the areas he struggled with. Now he's going to have an off season, him, the offensive coordinator, to try to counteract the counter punch from those teams. But this will be a huge deal or a year for Jordan Love. If he really does have some weaknesses, which I think you see on film, and if he doesn't adjust to those to kind of even it out, then you know what? Green Bay might be in a little bit more of a, I won't say trouble, but they might not have quite the weapon they think they have in him. But again, he's young. That was only his first real year starting. So let's see what the offensive coordinator and Love himself can do to elevate his game. Because I don't wish ill, even though he's a Packer and I want to see him, fall on his face every time he plays the Detroit Lions. I don't wish ill on any player. It will be interesting to see where he evolves to or devolves to this season. All right, Bo, bet on it. David, there you go. Miles Marker, thanks, Coach. Just passing through the house. Have a good one, crew. Same to you, Miles. David, yeah. John, we added Tim Roth and Dwayne Joseph from the Raiders Director of Scouting 4 days ago. We did, and I did a video on that. It is possible, John, to your point, could they have added these individuals knowing that Brandon was leaving? Yes, it's possible. But I do think with the timing of stuff, I'm guessing Spinoza got enough recognition for some of his work on the contracts of the recently re-signed or extended Lions players that probably elevated him on some different teams' boards to try to acquire his services. All right, Scott, it's the new normal. Before we'd lose people and they'd fade away. Now we lose good people and others will want someone to beginning a winner. Drink it up, Lions Nation. Unfamiliar, but stinking love it. 100%. Yeah, we are the pool everybody's trying to jump into and try to acquire either some of our players, our coaches, our talent. So, Scott, I think you're 100% right. David, been a Lions fan since 1970. So nice to see this front office and coaching in unity. Yeah, it really is. Everybody pedaling the bike the same direction, everybody moving forward. Yeah, there's, unlike the 90s Lions teams, which at least in my lifetime were probably the most talented teams outside of the last year or two of the Detroit Lions, those front offices and the coaching staff and players were all going in three different directions, which is why they could never really get on the same page. Why you had one year they were good, the next down, up, down, up, down. Or to your point, David, this entire season, this entire recent set of seasons, everybody seems to be going straight forward together. Moonscar is thumbing up 100%. So, all right, I'll go ahead and get out of here. Let you guys get on to your Sunday. Thanks for stopping on in. If there is some sort of breaking news later today, I'll get it over to you guys as fast as possible. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. We're about 30 subs away from 6,700. And hit the thumbs up button if you would. It helps out. Fred, do you get the promotion, Coach? I certainly hope so. As long as you can still give us the info, you can daily. Thanks, Coach. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here. I will still do some stuff this summer for different outlets, including the Lions themselves. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere, Fred. I enjoy this way too much, man. So look forward to it every morning, man. And in afternoons too. Brent, thanks, Coach. No, thank you guys for always jumping on in. So JP, thank you too, man. All right, go ahead and get on to your days. If I get something else, I'll get it over to you guys. We'll see you guys on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.